Hello YouTube, the Eye of Stone here. Before I start with the channel update, I just want to briefly explain what it is you're seeing on screen here for those who may not be familiar with it. You're watching me execute a rare and difficult exploit known as flare elevatoring, by which you can actually make Garrett use several flares to travel vertically through the thin air, although air in Dromed is in the Dark Engine, air is not necessarily so thin. But either way, you're gonna see him basically go up just a little bit every time. And I have worked with this technique in other videos at a fairly great length, and I've gone into much more clear explanations of the how and why of it all. But since about, I don't know, 2000 CE, 2000 BCE, when I started playing Thief, I always sort of dreamed about getting up to those windows up there. You know, the more so because you have to travel vertically along the walls of this apse to complete the levels, and there's that grate on the lower right, so those awe-inspiring windows were close but sort of perpetually out of reach nonetheless, at least until I found another thief wizard who showed me just exactly how you could basically do the impossible.
I know not why you oppose me. In one act I will end all human suffering and clear the path for the Builder to walk again on Earth. History will move forward. My tireless children will build in his name, creating advancements beyond our understanding. Now is the dark time before the days of light. Why dost thou oppose me?
Thief is a good game for essentially pulling off the impossible. I've been able to climb like this pretty great lengths without making a single mistake or saving. I'm not going to be remotely that tight with it today, so you will see some quick saving and quick loading. So I wanted to be able to say that I'd actually, looking up at this apse is one of the big things that always kept me, the impossible can be done about Thief. So I wanted to I have known that this is possible to do for basically 2 years at this point. It remained for me to make the time to do it, to use flare elevatoring to climb this distance and actually get up to those windows that I always wanted to for so many years. So with that having been said, this is a unscripted, unrehearsed, unfiltered, incomprehensible talk with Uncle Joe about what is going to be happening with this channel. Although since it's Thief, it's more like a conversation with Uncle Jorik. What is up with Thief 4? Thief 2014. Thief with a 4. What the hell? I have to apologize. I'd been saying for a long time yes, I was gonna do it. Then I started doing it. We got 3 videos in. Then the videos went down, and then they went up, and then they went down again. And that's just not what my viewers here at the Eye of Stone have come to expect. Long delays between single uploads, yes. Long amounts of time to complete a single game, yes. We've all been very used to that. But me taking down a completed video once I put it up, not so much. All I can say, there's some of you, I've talked to a lot of people about it. Other people are probably still scratching their heads. So for those of you who have more insider knowledge, bear with me for this part of it. Basically, as Steam will show, I've spent a good amount of time with Thief 4 over a long period of time. And with the DLC and playing through it a bunch of different times, emphasizing, the focus upgrades or the purchasable upgrades, just really giving that game a lot of time and making it a point to try different things differently each time. It's to the point now where I have given that game more than a fair shake. And, I had always been quick to point out that while I wasn't crazy about it, there were a lot of positives. And I still basically feel that way. However, I thought that when I started, I was kind of grumbling about doing it, honestly, but I thought that once I got started off on it, it would be okay. And especially since I was going to permit myself those silly little interlopations I'd been injecting into them, that would keep it fresh and funny, and it would allow me to have my little my little dig at it while I did it. I thought that it was just all going to be hunky-dory, and what I found out is that for some reason, I don't know what it was, I didn't realize until I had to play that game publicly here on YouTube how much I despise Thief 4. Okay, I don't like Thief 4. There are some things about Thief 4 that I like. That is still true. Do I like Thief 4? No, I don't. But I started Thief 4, and there are Thief fans out there who like Thief 4, and The Eye of Stone is a YouTube channel that is and has always been focused on the commercial releases, original missions of the Thief franchise of computer games. So, my personal feelings about Thief 4 are not irrelevant, duly noted, but then again, there also is, hey man, are you following through with this concept you had for this channel? Are you being encyclopedic and complete? Which is how I like to be with stuff most of the time. So, am I going to do it or not? Well, what I will say is yes. If we all survive long enough, I think that if fortune smiles upon us, I think we will get to a point where Thief 4 will be completely documented, more or less, with a Let's Play on this channel. I can't say at this point when that will be. I really don't think that it's going to be the absolute next thing I'm going to prioritize. With Thief 4, most likely what it's going to be is I will chip away at it now and then as I am able to get myself to do it. So if it takes me a year to get through Thief 4, then it takes a year. If it takes 2 years, then it takes 2 years. If I get it done, then we can probably count ourselves ahead as far as Thief 4 is concerned. I have the save games, I have the videos, nothing was destroyed, but the time has also come for me to start branching out from Thief. There are a lot of stealthy, immersive, first-person, fantastical adventure games that are, that have taken a fair amount of inspiration from Thief, or take the whole first-person stealth in less of an action-oriented direction and more of a survival-oriented direction. And there's a lot of there's a lot of stuff I can be doing, and it's time to branch out a little bit. But before I go into any of that, we're gonna get another sermon from Father Karras here.
What hast thou built, Garrett? When the time comes to review thy life with the master builder afore thee, and the question is asked, what hast thou built? What will thee say, poor Garrett? For thou art a man of destruction, not construction. 'Tis the biggest sin of all. Build thyself today a good house. That would please him much.
See, I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to try to continue building this channel into, so it was apt for him to have brought that up. What have what do you want to build? So Thief 4 will happen when it happens. I'm not saying no, I'm not saying now. I've been talking, a lot of people would like to see me do Amnesia: The Dark Descent. I've thrown that out there a number of times. I've gotten a fair amount of positive reaction from that. Amnesia: The Dark Descent, maybe Penumbra, the Penumbra trilogy, and Necrolog, excellent fan-made sequel. Betrayer, another sort of indie first-person stealth survival game. Maybe older stuff that's not quite as rock you in the face with its presentation, like Borrow Hill or Scratches. Not recent games, but kind of maybe sort of forgotten little gems that in their way have kind of pushed this whole first-person stealth survival adventure, fantastical Lovecraftian, I'm just looking for... The other thing to say in this connection is that a big thing that's finally going to happen in 2021 is that the Eye of Stone is going to finally budget for a new gaming box. The time has come for me to stop whining about how old my machine is and do something about it. And, maybe upgrade the presentation of how things are delivered here on the Eye of Stone a little bit. I don't really think that you all get anything from seeing my mug go, "Oh, look at that," while in a tiny little window at the lower right-hand corner of your screen. I find that really distracting. However, if enough of you tell me that that's what you would prefer, I'm try to enable myself with the hardware and software to really be in the 21st century now. I'm going to be, in the past, not so much recently, but a little bit further in the past, I'd been a little bit defensive about my policies about policing the comments section. I have stepped back from that and, going to continue to do that. And one thing I want to ask everybody about is, I have basically sort of turned my nose up at the possibility of monetization the entire time. However, I have the public watch minutes or whatever it is. I just need to add 300 subscribers, and then I would be eligible. I have only spoken to a few people over the years who do it about monetization. I know that there's a potentially large number of people who have monetized accounts who might be watching this. Is monetization a good idea or not? Should I reconsider this sort of unquestioned position I've had? If the account is monetized, would it get more exposure? Would more people see the videos? It's not about the money. It's not going to become about the money, but it's like, I've been doing this since 2011. The channel has about 400k views, and I'd look at gaming channels that don't have a video that doesn't have 400k views, and since 2011 I have 400 400,000 views. There's gaming channels out there that have 400,000 subscribers and way more. And I have no regrets, and I'm not bitter, but it does suggest that, I could grow this channel if I wanted to, I know I want to keep playing the games. I know I want to keep putting them up. So, it might as well get more people seeing them and not fewer. Is monetization a good way to make sure that YouTube does that? Does YouTube really push the channel more if it's monetized? I'm a gamer. If I monetize my gaming channel, am I going to wake up one day and have all my videos deleted for no reason? It happened before. It happened in the prehistory of this channel. It already happened once. That was a long time ago. That was before monetization. That's sort of a different story. One that I never really figured out what happened, and I don't want to launch into that now, because here we are at the windows. But I'm just curious for everybody and anybody's thoughts on whether or not monetizing a channel like this would actually be a good idea, or whether or not I'm better off not doing it. So let me know what everybody thinks about that. I'm open to input about monetization. I am open to input about which new games to try. I have some ideas of my own. I will certainly take new ideas on board. And with that having been said, I think this is a really neat view. Let's yeah, that's about it. I will see everybody back soon, and we will go from there. The point, I guess, the point I want to make let's do one thing. I just want to see what he looks, see if we can see anything. Yeah, I can just barely make him out. Just barely a little speck. So I will. The point is, I will be seeing everybody back soon. There will be new stuff happening, and it will be good stuff. And this channel will continue to be developed and grow and benefit from everybody's input. And on that happy note, let's take a dive.